Welcome to the Via Stoica podcast. This is a Stoic Quotes edition. My name is Benny. I'm going to be your host for today. We're going to look at a quote by Epictetus. This is we're actually going to look at a full entry from the Enchiridion, from the Handbook today, which was written by Arian, one of Epictetus' students. He followed all the lectures, the discourses. He wrote the discourses. There are 8 volumes. We have 4 now. I'm using the Everyman edition here, but there's others as well. We're going to look at some other translations because they will help us as well. But this is one of the things that Arian wrote for himself, this handbook, this Enchiridion, just to have the teachings easier there with him, the main lessons. We're going to look at entry 23 today. So if you want to read along, grab your book, grab the text if you have it, but I will read it for you as well. So without further ado, let's go right into it. And again, if you like these episodes, if you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe to the podcast. That really helps us. If you want us to tackle a certain topic that you're struggling with, leave a comment or send me an email, benny@viastoica.com. And if you want to book a free consultation to help us, to help you with some of the challenge or obstacles that you have, then reach out. You can go to viastoica.com, book one of those free consultations, and then we'll talk to you. But for now, we're going to go right into this quote by Epictetus. Again, it's the Handbook, the Enchiridion, number 23. It's a little longer, but it's going to be a good one. So here we go. If it ever happens that you turn to external things in the desire to please some other person, realize that you have ruined your scheme of life. Be content then with being a philosopher in everything. And if you wish to also be seen as one, show yourself that you are one, and you will be able to achieve it. I really like this one, and we're going to dive into it a little bit deeper. But let me see some other translations here, because they can help us give a different view, a different aspect. It's always good to look at different translations as well. This translation, he goes, if you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. So be satisfied just being a philosopher. And if you need a witness in addition, be your own, and you will be all the witness you could desire. Right here, it's interesting that he changes it to be the witness. Could be all the witness that you can desire. Another translation, the ending would be, appear so to yourself and it will suffice you. Right, and one last one, because I like this one as well. He says, if you should ever find yourself turning outward because you want someone to think well of you, you can be sure that you've lost your bearings. Be satisfied then with always being a philosopher. And if you also want to be taught to be one, you don't need anyone else but yourself to think so. Now, this has been a topic that is really important for me. It's really been something that I was been working on, because I hold the opinions of others very high, too high in many cases. That's something that I've got to work on as a people pleaser myself, and I have been doing. And it is an interesting, I think it's a quote by Marcus Aurelius. He says, we are so in love with ourselves, yet the opinions of the people we don't even like, we hold even higher in esteem. And that's something that we've got to work on. But there's a couple of things here in this quote, right, in this passage from the Enchiridion, and maybe that tells us a little bit about Arian as well, why this is something specifically that he put in this Enchiridion. Maybe he had the same struggles, right? Because again, these are the lessons, these are the things that stood out for Arian. Not that Epictetus specifically said that these were so important, right? But these are the things that he wanted to keep in mind, and he wrote this specifically in there. So first of all, the first part is really like, we are looking for outside approval. We are people pleasing. We want people to have a good opinion of us. We want them to like us, to think that we are doing well. But that comes at a price, because if we live our lives, if we make all the decisions that we feel that are the best, right, and that's what the Stoics ask of us, to be virtuous, to make the moral choice based on the truth, that doesn't always align with the wants and desires of other people. And if that doesn't align, then they're not going to like us. But if we know that we are doing the right thing based on the best of our knowledge, and do it with integrity, and do it with the moral compass that we wish to follow, then yes, then sometimes we've got to accept the fact that people aren't going to like us for it. But if we know that we are doing the right thing, hopefully, maybe preventing them from falling into the wrong things and to doing a bad thing, right, that might compromise them morally, that might upset or hurt other people in the society, then it's okay for them not to like us. Their opinion will be whatever it is anyway. Whether we're doing the best thing in the world, they might not like it. They might have a different opinion. Maybe we don't even, maybe they have a good opinion about us if we make a mistake, if we don't do the right thing. Is that what we want? And that's what Epictetus is telling us here. okay, you're chasing the external opinions of others, you're chasing the approval that others, now you are ruining your scheme of life, right? You've compromised your integrity. Why? Because you're not following your nature. You're following the opinions and approval of others. But he also gives us a way to deal with it. But he just says, just be a philosopher. Well, what does it mean to be a philosopher? A philosopher asks questions. A philosopher knows, for example, the great philosopher that Epictetus holds high, Socrates. He knew that he didn't know anything. He knew that if I wanted to be wise, if I wanted to live the good life, I need to ask questions. I need to be curious. I need to investigate. I shouldn't just assume things. And I definitely shouldn't follow the opinions of others. I definitely shouldn't follow what other people want for me to do. I need to make sure that I know what I need to be doing. I need to make sure that I'm living a virtuous life, that I'm living that moral compass that I've been given. And that should be all enough. And if in that case you still want to have a witness, because the Stoics said that, doing good should be just for the sake of doing good. No one needs to see it. There's no one who needs to tell us, wow, how well you did. No, that's just, for the sake of virtue, being virtuous for the sake of being virtuous. It was more than enough. And if you do need a witness, if you do need someone to see how well you are trying, how well you're doing your best, let that be yourself. When you journal, when you reflect on the day, say, hey, I did okay here. I can still improve here. I can still do better there, but I'm doing well. I'm doing better. And let that be your guide. Let your peace of mind guide you through the right actions. If you do ask yourself, if you do struggle with finding the right thing to do, go inside, listen to that voice inside, your instinct. If you can find peace there, then it's probably going to be the right thing. So this is the quote for today, straight from the Enchiridion of Epictetus. So make sure that, if you are stuck with seeking other people's approval, pause, take a step back, ask yourself, does this really align with who I am? Why do I need their approval? And can I be a good person without their approval? And you can. We all can. And if you do struggle with this, as I said at the beginning, you can book a free consultation. We can help you guide, find more balance there, find more peace, and try to put the opinions and the approval of others in the right place where it belongs. But for now, I want to thank you very much. I hope to see you in the next episode again.